Hey, what's up, guys? Sam here, and I'll be doing the free video for Friday, April 14th, 2023. So, just finished doing the premium video for the good folks in the gold room, and it was one of our faster videos. We normally go about half an hour, we went about 15 minutes or so, but I was just really just wanting to look at the indices with them, number one, and and then look for problems, right? So what we typically do in the paid videos or in the premium videos is we start with the SPY, we look at the QQQ, we look at all the indices, and then we say, okay, this is what the indices are saying. Let's look at peripheral parts of the market like HYG, which is junk bonds. Let's look at the dollar. Let's look at interest rates. Let's look at the VIX. And let's just see if they confirm, right? Because sometimes the indices will say something and then you'll see all these other parts of the market that are a little bit more off the beaten path telling you something else. And then you can get a little bit of mixed messaging. But at least for now, what I saw mostly in the premium video was mostly everything is aligned. So because of that, I'm just going to keep today's video with you guys here on the YouTubes relatively simple, and we're just going to cover the SPY. And just understand the SPY is going to kind of lead the way for everything else. It doesn't matter whether we look at the SPY, the Qs, the DIA, or even the IWM, although the IWM looks the worst. As long as the SPY does what it is set up to do, it should drag everything with it. So a couple things here that I would like to put on your radar. One is run a retracement, a Fibonacci retracement from your high to your low to end up with these levels here. You'll end up with a 50% retracement at 414.05, and you'll end up with a 618, which is much more important, at 429.61. So these are the two benchmark levels that I'm going to be using as essentially, think of them almost like gates or targets, right? This is the gate, 414. If we can get through that gate, the target would be the next gate at 429.61. The reason that 429.61 level is so important is because the 618 is so important, right? For those of you guys that are keen on Fibonacci, the 618 is kind of the golden ratio. This number shows up everywhere in nature, in your body, in stock market, pretty much everything. So there's a little bit of a magical quality to it. But even if it was just a previous high, we could use that as well, because you can see here that that's actually where the last previous major swing high occurred. So whenever you have a previous high like this, right there, and it overlaps with the 618, you basically have two levels of confluence there. So the first level that you should be aware of, which we already talked about, is 14.05. We have not yet closed above that on a weekly time frame, but if we do, I think that we can pretty quickly get up here to this 429.61 level. I was looking for problems underneath the market here, and I'm not really seeing any. I'm not seeing any signs of any issues. We still haven't gotten a pullback to the 21, but at the same time, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just at some point you will. But if I'm looking here at the weekly chart, you have a very nice looking weekly squeeze. You have the 3 bars of upward momentum, which is very solid. And if you look at the lower indicator here, the high-low pro, and you trace in the middle line, middle white line, you see how when you broke it here, it comes back and it tested here, and it fails, and then it tested again here, and fails, and now it's actually gotten through. So that's a pretty big change. That's pretty important. And if I look at the daily chart, I don't have any signs of a change yet, right? We had the thrust signal up. We had the positive crossover of the trend oscillator. Green is above red. Both are above 50. And that's exactly what it should look like. So let's keep it simple for now. I could throw a couple stocks your way, and I guess I'll just verbally kind of throw them your way. Some things that we've been looking at. Some of these things came up on my scan today, and some of them we actually bought. So PLTR, Palantir, BRKB, Berkshire, RBLX, which is Roblox, MRK, which is Merck. Looking at energy through XLE, looking to buy continued pullbacks in Microsoft, and let me throw one more at you, PANW. So those are just a couple of names that popped up on our scan list. You can check those out on your own. But really, I just wanted to focus today with the focus being on SPY, the two levels that we talked about, 414, 429.61, and those being major targets to the upside going into next week and basically into next month. All right, guys, that is my time. Nice and quick one for you today on a Friday. Before you leave the YouTubes, make sure to leave us a like, a dislike, and a comment. We do appreciate it. Whatever it is, whatever combination of those things you choose to do, just do one of them. It does help us with the algorithm, and it lets the YouTube know that you want to see more of our content, which is always helpful. So if you found the content helpful, leave us a like, leave us a subscribe, and leave us a comment before you go somewhere else, and we would certainly appreciate it. All right, guys. See you next time. Have a great weekend. Cheers. Hey, traders. This is Sam with Simpler Trading. I want to thank you for watching today's video. Hopefully you found the information in it helpful. If you did, leave us a like, leave us a comment. It really does help us out with the algorithm. And if you want to see us trade live with our own real money and be part of the community, come and check us out at simplertrading.com.